Hello everyone and welcome to Speed Force Racing Season 10 Round 10 of the Austrian Grand Prix. We have you at Gp5 and I'm going to be your commentator Lirim, better known as Kvyat26 Torpedo Racing Gp3 tomorrow. But let's just get into today's racing and see where we go. Apologies for the delay, we do have someone in GP5 who currently has not selected a car, so that is why we are a bit late today. But here we see now the guys are reading up, so we should get to you in the next couple of minutes. And welcome everyone to GP5. I'm going to be your commentator today as we have a very wet Austria. This track of course taking place in the beautiful Styrian Mountains in Central Europe. But here we have a wet session. Has been quite the case here in SFR recently. We've been having a lot of rain. Storm Dennis has something to do with that. But no, yeah, so we're going to have the drivers now bring wet setups or dry setups. It'd be interesting what the dry setup has to do, whether it's dry in the race. But we got our first car coming out now. It's a Haas. And I think that is Kay Gilbert. The Red Bull Ring offering 2.68 miles of track with 9 corners, most famous probably the loader curve going into turn 1. That's how it's a good track, Austria. We do tend to like it in SFI. There's been some good races. Notably last year, there's been some last season. There's a load of good races. Oh, and that's the Hascon. That is the Hascon. Just dropped it on the entry. Doesn't look to be too much damage, but it will be some hot tires. So he probably goes for another cooldown lap there, so he can get ready to go for another flyer. You watch Mr. Wiggles come around the last corner and start his laps. Let's see what he can do. Of course, turn 1, very, very aggressive on the curbing. You want to be on that left side as much as you can. Braking nice and early. Very good turn 1, but right to the curb. Oh, dear, there's an AI in the way. That'll screw up his laps. Let's look down further. Who's actually on a lap? Let's have a look at Seafi. Who's on his out laps. Let's have a look here. Doesn't ride the curb as much as the McLaren. Takes a nice entry into turn 1. Flat 8 up here. Try and stay nice and left for a good turn in this next corner. Oh, a bit slow through there, but he's done okay. Magi is behind him, so that might have been a distraction. Magi's actually on a lap. Oh, and that Haas was in the way. Yeah, he is actually going to get impeded a little here by the AlphaTauri. Hopefully he can get a decent slipstream, but it doesn't look to be the case. It looks to be actually being held up through here. And Mr. Wiggle sets the fastest lap with a 1:13.4. I suspect that there will be quicker times coming in the next couple of laps. And he drops it on the exit of turn 1, the spin. That lower curve obviously proving very hard for these drivers to handle today. As Doran sets the second fastest time with a 1:14.5. And someone's been disqualified. Mr. Wiggle has been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. I don't know what's gone on there, but the McLaren driver has been disqualified from the session. Look down to who's on a lap. We'll have a look at McLaren. I think he might have actually been impeded by his McLaren teammate, so I have no idea. I'd say a few spinning. And Magi spinning, I don't know what's going on. Magi with a mega wing damage, but he does set the fastest lap with a 1:13.4. But this has been very good. Just Laudia now goes P2. Marginally slower than the Ferrari. And the McLaren's got wing damage as well. What has happened in this session? I have absolutely no idea, but clearly Austria is proving some very... Oh, and that's a Aston Martin out of the session. I don't know if he's crashed or retarded in the pit lane. I wouldn't be able to tell you. And that's a Mercedes gone. We are really struggling for grip out there, as you can see. Another driver spinning. As it lets the Red Bull go through. The Mercedes driver having a spin on the exit at turn 1. Very interesting to see. As 0.0377 of a tenth separates P1 and P2. As it now lets the Haas go through. Mr. Biggles has left the session. I will see if I can get him an invite in. So, bear with me. Robert Williams has the fast lap with a 1:12.6 in the Red Bull. Hopefully we can get the McLaren driver back in the lobby. For some reason my telemetry might have glitched here. There we go. Back to normal. That's the Alpine going into P2. Still 4 tenths off of the Red Bull. And just Loudon joins his teammate in P2. Here come Team Red X in the last corner. Nice on the throttle. Narrowly beats the Alpine in 4th. Still many a driver not to set a lap though, so we'll see how this goes in the lap part of the session. Purple sector for the Alpine driver. This could be a good lap here. Nice on the exit on the curb. Don't want to take too much on that curb or you will end up in the wall or in the grabber trap as we saw earlier in the session. Nice and gentle through here. On the curb. Does he get aggressive turning? Yes, he does. It's a very nice exit. This could be a nice lap. And it is. It's second. It's still Rob Williams takes provisional pole. But Bakeroyd is obviously showing his pace out here today as he goes into second with a 12.8. Letting the Lester Williams go through. Is he going to let the Aston Martin go through it? Yes, he does. Oh. Let's have a look at Mohamed Guna, who just started his lap. How does he take turn 1? Quite cautiously, actually. This might not be the pole time, but how does he take turn 2? Again, quite cautiously. Might just be a banker from Mohamed Guna. As we look further down, the Williams has invalidated his lap. Mad G is on an out lap. The driver is quite quick in this division. Let's see how he gets on now. Nice entry into turn 1 on the curb. Good exit. He's got a nice clear track ahead of him, so he doesn't have to worry about giving a leeway to anyone else. Just braking before the 50-metre board. Nice apex. A little bit of wheel spin on the rear tyres though. It is a purple sector 1. Let's see what he does in sector 2. Shifting just for the 50. Braking hard on the curb. How much exit curb does he take? He takes a fair bit of it. It's about carrying as much speed now for these last couple of corners. Nice on the throttle. As the Haas goes into P4. Very close, but oh! He almost loses it there on the curbing. But he manages to hold it. I don't know what this lap will be, but he might not finish it. Oh, he is choosing to finish it, but yeah, he is. He's choosing to finish it. Here we go. What could this lap have been is the real question. Yeah, it's what a lap that could have been if it just wasn't for that little mistake. Oh, and the Williams goes into P1, knocking off Rob Williams' pole time. Brilliant lap from the Williams driver. Let's have a look at the Bear. Trying to get a slipstream, cheeky little slipstream for the Alpine in front. A little bit of a lock-up. He will be the next driver to, I think. And she's like, no, we've got a Red Bull coming in. Red Bull goes. I don't think Red Bull improves. Yeah, there we go. Rob Williams starts his out lap now. Oh, I was very lucky. He almost did a Mad G there where he just loses it on that curbing on the exit. Oh, he chooses to pit. There seems to be a bit of a misjudgment in his mind there. He didn't know if to stay on track or pit, but he has pit, probably coming for some new tyres and then go out towards the latter part of the session. We have got an Alpine just about to finish his lap. Here we go, he's starting his lap now. Hopefully he can get up there with his teammate Bakerroyd. As Mohamed Guna goes 7th. Just loading, has invalidated and his. Definitely in contention for pole. Wasn't a purple sector by any means, but